All right, guys, it's Headliner Magic, and today I'm coming to you with a Jeep Liberty 2012, and we're going to be replacing this headliner today. I'm going to go through all the steps and let you guys follow along. If you would, hit that like button. It really helps our channel, and it helps this reach a lot more people. So I'd really appreciate that if you do that. And also comment down below of other cars that you'd like to see that we can actually do videos on and give you guys some insight. Let's get started. Also, real quick, wanted to say that I'm gonna have in this video segments divided up in case you guys don't want to watch the full length. You'll be able to click on those specific sections to watch the part that you're interested in. Comment down below as well if that type of structure you guys like best, to help you migrate through the video in case you don't want to watch the whole thing. You can watch the specific parts that are important to you as well. So that link or those segments will be in the description of the video. So you just click down the little arrow over there close to the subscribe button. It'll drop down the description bar, and inside of there it'll show play-by-play. The chapters is what it's called, chapters. It's a new thing with YouTube, so I'm going to try that out and see how that works. You guys let me know what you think about the video. And again, all right guys, so the first thing we want to start with is this light cover, and you'll see that it has a little indentation here on the light cover, and we'll use a flathead screwdriver to get this opened up. Place your screwdriver there and kind of pry it open. This little glass piece will pop down, plastic piece here, and you just wiggle it right out of there. Turn it around and you'll see that you have a locking tab here on this connector. You want to use your flathead, pry that thing down just a little bit, and then pull that wire out of there. Now your light's out. Alrighty, so next we want to turn over here and we'll get ready to take this visor out. So if you notice here, most vehicles are going to have a visor clip and your sun visor mounting hardware here. So for this, we're going to need our 8mm. Simply goes over here. All right, and we can just wiggle that and it'll come right down. Kind of jiggle the wire out of there a little bit until you can see the connector. And then we'll take our flathead, get you a little closer here. And then we'll take our flathead and we'll push in this little locking tab, and this thing will come right out. Now we're going to repeat that process on the other side here as well. But before I do that, I'll take out my visor clip, and that will require the Torx head tip. And voila. I'll get this other side out and then I'll come back to you. All right guys, so now we're here in the back seat and we're going to be getting this grab handle out, and it's going to take the Torx head bit. Got two Torx head bit screws, come right out. There we go. Then we'll fold this thing around. We got another locking tab there. I'm just going to use my fingernail, but you can use a flathead. And voila, we got turned around on this other side. We got the same thing that we're going to do here. All All right, so grabbing another bit. It seems that the ones here on these handles are a little bit larger size than the ones up front. All right, so we have both of those visors, the grab handles out, and now we'll tack this light back here, and it should end up being the same process as the one up front. We'll use our flathead screwdriver. All right, we turn it around. The locking tab for this one is actually on the inside of the light. And voila. This Jeep is pretty easy. There's 2 center lights, 2 visors, 2 grab handles. So next, we could pull this board right out just as is. I think I'm gonna remove the 2 front pillars just because I wanna be a little safe. We could just pull out around them and leave them intact, but I think I'm gonna remove those, and all we have to do is just grab them and yank on them, and they just got little clips on the back side, so they'll just pop right off. All right guys, so I'm here in the back of the vehicle. There's a little plastic cover here that we're gonna remove, and it's very easy to remove this piece. All you're gonna do is just reach your hand in here, pull down on it, and these little clips just pop right off of there. Now, once you get it like to this degree, you're just gonna fold it and pull it away from one side, pull it off the other side. These are the little clips that are holding it. Lay that to the side. And what we're trying to do is access this little clip here. And once you get to this degree, all you're gonna do is reach your hand in, just pull straight down on it, and then that clip will come away with the board. So now we're at a stage that we're ready to remove this board, but like I mentioned before, I'm gonna remove those front 2 pillars. So we'll go back up front and get ready to pull those off. All right guys, so we're back at the front of the vehicle, and all we're gonna do is just grab these pillars like this and just pull it towards you like that. And that pillar comes right off. Now, it has a little safety deal here where it's just, so when the airbag pops out of there, this thing doesn't come flying at you, and it just hangs right there, so you can just let it hang there. And we'll jump over and do the other side real quick. Let it hang like that. Oh, just let it hang like that. So now we're ready to pull this board out of the vehicle. I'm gonna see if I can prop the camera up so you guys can see the full process of how I'm gonna pull it out, and we'll get it. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is just reach in here, start pulling this thing down. We'll get past our mirror here. Then we'll come on the sides where this pillar is, and we just pull it away from there, just like so. Then inside the back here, we'll just pull it away from this other side pillar here. It's coming down. You can see that there's a little wire here. We just gotta pull that out of there. And then if you'll watch, what I'm gonna do is basically wiggle this thing down. I guess the other thing I want to do is start taking my wires off the board. There's just a little glue there. You just want to pull that off of there. Put that wire underneath the board. Then we'll come around here to the back, and you can kind of see that there's the wires kind of glued to the board there. I'm gonna lift that off. Like I lost you guys there somewhere, not sure, but until I get ready to go edit it. But we got all the board down, and I'm getting ready to pull this thing out of the vehicle. Like I mentioned when the camera got shut off, but we'll have to bend it a little bit, but we'll get this thing out. Boards out. I had one request. Someone was mentioning when you have to bend the board, what does it look like on the back side? I know this is not a Volkswagen, but we'll get to that later. So this board's still intact. It's very sturdy. Like I mentioned, this is a Jeep Liberty 2012. All right, so we're getting ready to go inside so we can strip it off and clean it and wrap it. I know you guys haven't seen the inside of the shop. I don't know if I'm gonna edit or not because we're cleaning up today. But this is the shop. POS system over there. My office is over there. My daughter's office is there. This is just the sign-in area. This is the reception area here. My suede rack. One of my cutting tables. Some more shelving stuff here. Sewing machine that I'm selling, getting rid of. My wife's Wrinkles access store. Some office space here. And then another cutting area here. And then farther back through here is the garage area. And this is where the magic happens here. So that's my El Camino there. Doing the LS swap on it. That's going to be going on my other channel called Rust to Lust, in case you guys are interested in that. Got my 99 Suburban there. It's another project car. All right, I'm gonna set you guys up here and we'll get started on this board. I know one of the problems we have that I'm going to be remedying here soon is that the compressor, when it kicks on, it's pretty loud. So I'm going to be building an enclosure for it and making it where it'll be a little bit more soundproof. So for now, we'll probably have to edit that sound out. But one of the requests was that people didn't want me to really fast forward through everything. So today, I'm going to just let it ride and let you guys see the whole full process, how I'm gonna strip this board, everything that it takes to do it. I guess as long as it takes to do it. All right, let's get to it. All right, guys, I'm back. What I did is went ahead and got my mask. Chose the material that we're gonna do on this vehicle. Had a small little piece, so if you can see, it's pretty good match there. A lot of requests for me wearing my PPE, so put on a mask. Blow it off here. One of the things about me, I kind of like to keep my area a little clean, so I'm going to sweep up real quick and get this thing blown off. That way we can get started with the next process. All right, I like to double check and make sure I have enough material on all sides, and make sure it's centered. I'm gonna trim off a little bit here, have some little spots on it, and this is a very light cream color, so I don't want any handprints on it. As I showed you in my other videos, we're gonna fold the material halfway back, and then we're gonna start our process. All right, guys, so we laid our first swipe across, and what we're doing is getting the material tacked down, so that way we can make sure that everything is aligned and the material ain't gonna move around on us. So now we got that in place, we can kind of shoot depending on how comfortable we are with how much we can do at a time. So each board is different. This one's got a lot of dips, so I'm gonna kind of take it a little bit at a time, so that way I can make sure that I don't get any wrinkles. Section at a time. That's how we do it. Takes a little time, but you work your way on down through the whole board. And she's gonna be a beauty when she's done. All right, it's coming out beautiful. I know you guys are watching, and one of the things I wanted to point out is that you can see how I lift up on one side. I don't lay it over permanently until I know I got everything in place. Then once I rub it, then she's down for good. So now it's time for me to refill my paint gun with some more glue. So I'm gonna do that real quick. And just so you guys know what I'm using, basically this is my paint gun here. And I'm using DAP Wellwood contact adhesive. And I sell this by the 5 gallon or the 1 gallon. But that's only for good use if you're using a spray gun like this. And we get these at Harbor Freight. So depending on how many headlines I'm doing, I'll probably go through a 5 gallon in a week and a half. So real quick, the reason why I had to put more glue here is because I glued the board, but I didn't glue the headliner out far enough. So hence the word contact adhesive. You have to have glue on both sides in order to make it contact. right, she's coming along beautifully. All right, guys. Hope you were able to see that magic happening right there. I had some bad wrinkles happening. Was able to get under there, lift it back up, smooth it out. It's a little technique to it. And I understand you guys go through a rough time sometimes trying to make sure that you can get it smoothed out without having those problems. We all end up with those problems sometimes, but it's not what happened. It's what are you gonna do about it? So if you're already watching my videos and you're taking your time with making sure that you're doing it section by section, you can avoid these situations to the best of your ability. And that's what we did here. We had about 2 or 3 bad wrinkles that was forming, but because we hadn't moved too fast, did too much at one time, we're able to go back and remedy that problem. So not sure how good it showed in the video when you guys were seeing I was having a little trouble, but I'm gonna go back when I edit it and see can I point out those problems. All right, we're gonna continue on. We're almost done with this bad boy. And like I said, she's a beauty. All right. So I went ahead and cut that compressor off. Wanted to get you guys in here so you can see this crucial part here in good detail. So this is where a lot of people mess up, is in this high-rise part here. I know this whole thing was all dipped up, so but the thing about it is most cars don't have all that. So this area right here is what seems to be a lot of the problems people deal with, and this one's got some high dips on it. So still nice and tacky. I can still work with it. So I'm gonna get started on it, but just showing you guys what we're dealing with here. Nice humps here, high hump here, low dip there, and we're gonna tackle it. So first thing I do is I give it a little tug, lay it over. I'm pulling on it a little bit, so that way once I lay it down, I already have a little bit of structure going. So I have a nice little base there already laid. Problem is that right here, I don't want to push that down yet until I have this little wrinkle out. So I'm gonna lift up on that. Then I'm gonna come in there and smooth that out. Beautiful. As I move around this whole thing, I'm just placing it in the creases that I want it to be in, and then smooth it out at the same time. Okay, so this side already dried on me, so we're gonna have to respray it before we can get that section down. Right. So now it's all wrapped. We're getting ready to flip it over and cut all our excess holes and wrap the edges. All right, guys, had to get a new pack of razor blades. We sell these on the site as well. They come 100 in the pack. I usually use about 10 razor blades per board, so I get about 10 jobs out of one box. All right, guys. Like I told you before, she's a beauty. Stay tuned. Getting ready to put it back in. Alright guys, so I got everything fully installed. Two things I need to do. I need to go grab this clip out of the shop, and then also I got my little rag. There's a couple of spots on the headliner. My hands got a little dirty, but I'm gonna brush those 3 spots down, grab that clip, put on this little panel there, and we're all done. Be right back. All right, guys, that's it. She's beautiful. Beautiful headliner again. See that? Nice lines, contours. Just beautiful. All right, guys, it's gonna conclude it for today. Headliner Magic. Don't forget to give me those thumbs up. Helps the channel. And comment down below of any other cars that you guys would like to see. I'm working on doing some ebooks for every specific car that we end up doing, and it helps to know what cars you guys are interested in, because those are the ones I work on first. All right. Appreciate you for watching. Headliner Magic out.